Ladies and gentlemen, we should like to welcome the folks here, especially for the medal presentation and other things to take place after this game. And of course, with us is Sonia Bienami, FIFA and Concacaf Council member. Welcome. Also with us, Janine Wang Lucy, CFU executive member. Irina LeBlanc, head of women's football in Concacaf, and members of the CFU Women's Football Committee. Welcome all. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the national teams of Jamaica and Cuba while they enter the pitch.
Good evening and welcome to the National Stadium here in Kingston, Jamaica. It's the final game of the Concacaf Caribbean Women's Qualifiers. It's Jamaica versus Cuba. These two teams have already booked their spot to the USA to battle for a place in France 2019. They'll be accompanied by Trinidad and Tobago, who earlier today defeated Bermuda by 3-0. The pre-game formalities about to begin. We're going to pause for the national anthem of Cuba. The national anthem of Cuba, now the national anthem of Jamaica. So there you have it, the national anthem of Jamaica. The captains, Kanya Plummer and Mino Novo. The Cubans are operating as the away team tonight. And of course, the Jamaicans, who will be crowned Caribbean champions because of their large goal difference. They cannot be surpassed. Cuba can only join them on 9 points if they win tonight. And the Jamaicans need only a draw to be confirmed as a Caribbean champions, even though mathematically they're already there because of that. So we look at the lineups for the team, starting with the Jamaicans. In fact, Jamaica has made 4 changes to their starting lineup. The young number 10, Jodie Brown, came on in the game against Trinidad and Tobago and scored the 4th and final goal, and she has won a starting place tonight. Coming back also is Dominique Fiza, and there's also Toriana Patterson and Giselle Washington, who scored the opening goal in that game against Trinidad to spark the comeback. She gets a start tonight. Cuba, in the meantime, have made 2 changes to their lineup, and the 2 captains wearing number 5 incidentally, and exchanging gifts. Priscilla Venegas, she handled the Jamaica Trinidad and Tobago big clash on Friday night, and she's back handling another Jamaica game. Of course, she's assisted by an experienced group of officials. We're getting underway in short staff, and that's the Cuban lineup. And the 2 players getting starts, the goalkeeper, Lucilina Rodriguez, and there's also Alonce Gainza. Now, they're coached by Reniel Bonora, and they've won 2 games so far and suffered 1 defeat. The defeat came in their opening game against the Trinidad and Tobago. In fact, the opening game of the championship. And there are 1 or 2 of those on both benches who would want to get a chance to have a shot at some of the action tonight as we get ready for the final game, the 10th and final game of the championship. What a week we've had of football here inside the National Stadium. It culminates with Jamaica versus Cuba. And the Cubans, they won the toss and will get us underway. They're kicking from left to right. And for those of you with knowledge of the National Stadium here in Kingston, the Cubans will be kicking towards downtown Kingston to Victoria Pier, and the Jamaicans kicking towards Ligony in Upper St. Andrew. Minutes away, maybe seconds away from kickoff. Welcome to the viewers over in Havana, those in Port of Spain and Bridgetown, St. George's, you name them. Welcome to you all. This is the final game, and so happy to have brought the coverage to you all week. We're underway here at the National Stadium. What an occasion. And the Cubans are on the attack very early in this piece. Stroking the ball around. Alvarez. Jamaicans were forced to turn things around on Friday night. Trinidad and Tobago bust the first half and sparked the Jamaicans into action in the second half, and they responded brilliantly and went on to win the game by 4 goals to 1.
Jody drop, hey, Marlo cross, Good. Step hard.
Zaylin, number 13, is featured in every single one of the games for Cuba. This is Judy Carter for Jamaica. Cuban defense standing up well, reacting to the early bit of pressure by Jamaica. They themselves, the Cubans, are trying to impose their authority on this Jamaican lineup. Quick start to this game. Both fit teams coming in. Yes. Zaylin. Here the Jamaicans come. This is the young number 6, the 16-year-old Jodie Brown getting away in the box. Still Jodie Brown is trying there to tee it up for Khadija Shaw. Shaw has 6 goals, and there's a battle on for the Golden Boot. Kayla Taylor from Trinidad and Tobago has 7. Old Taylor, old Shaw would love to win the Golden Boot tonight, as I'm sure Taylor would as well. But they have been the outstanding strikers in this tournament without question. Jamaican goalkeeper Schneider beaten only once in this tournament. And no surprise that goal came not only against Trinidad and Tobago, but from the boot of Shaw. Cuba to work a give and go there. And the Jamaican Lauren Silver had her jersey tugged as Rachel Palais Ellis tried to motor her way into the 18-yard area. Free kick to be struck by Sydney Schneider in the Jamaican goal. Brown and ready, creating havoc down this left channel. Still Brown with possession, being heavily policed by two Cuban defenders. What's the decision? The throw to Cuba. Fans not happy with that decision from the referee. Perez, Flores. Quick throw by Silva for Jamaica. Toriana Patterson. Ball taken away by Judy Carter, who sets off on another attacking move. Again, the Cubans irresolute. Now Shaw almost getting in there. The ball trickles off Shaw. Rodriguez in the Trinidad, in the Cuban goal. This is Captain Novo. Asher, judged to have committed an infringement. Yarmis Ramirez coming out to the wrong end of that one. There she is on the turf. She takes the free kick herself. This is Torres. Skipping away from one. Not successful in getting by the second. Plummer, the Jamaican captain. Shaw tumbles over. Free kick won by Jamaica. It's a long ball from in the middle of the park. And just hitting the leg of Ramirez. Standing over this. It's Marlo Sweatman. She's joined there by Shaw, both involved in the thought process. Captain Plummer has come to deliver a brief bit of advice. Quickly taken, Shaw, a weak grounder. No problems, it go there for Rodriguez. So good, lively start to this final game of the championship. Asher. Now Brown. Lively and speedy on the flank. Needs a good cross. She gets a good cross. That appeared at one stage as if it was going to go into the back of the net. As if it had a bit of swerve on it. Impressed in the minutes that she got against Trinidad and Tobago. Coaching staff decided to have a go from the start with her. They're the Cubans though. They have match winners in their squad. This is one of them. In fact, possibly the biggest. This is Torres. Confronted here by Silva. Almost got rid of Silva. Still Torres. Still Torres. And now the ball is behind. And it's a goal kick to Jamaica. So Lauren Silva stuck with it. Preventing Torres from getting a shot off. Or at the very least, a pass. This is the early bit of plays from the Jamaican Brown. Look at this. It seemed as if it was moving back. It was going across goal, but it seemed as if it had a bit of swerve on it. And it would have come back to the goalkeeper. Sweatman is trying to keep the ball in, unsuccessful. Cuba in full red with a bit of white under the armpit. Brown. Washington in space, and an opportunity for Cuba to shoot. Schneider is well behind that one. She's worn blue for the entire championship. I've seen other goalkeepers. I'm so sure you have footballers, sports people are superstitious. Well, quite a few of them. I remember in 1986 when the Argentina team arrived in Mexico. Carlos Bilardo, the coach, he used the toothpaste of one of his players the moment they arrived in Mexico. He needed a tube for himself. They played Korea in the first game and they won that game. And from there on, he used the toothpaste of that player. I think it was Valdano. Jorge Valdano was the name of the player. And Carlos Bilardo stuck with using the toothpaste of his center forward. Argentina went on to win the World Cup. So players are superstitious. Coaches are superstitious as well. That's how it is in sport. Not that I'm implying that Schneider, there's a bit of superstition behind what she's doing in terms of her favorite color. At least for keeping goal. Patterson battling hard in midfield. Sweatman cool the pace of the game down. Now Asher turns in the middle of the park for Jamaica. Her captain comes in to assist. And Giselle Washington with 2 goals in the tournament so far, just coming in there. Silver's first touch was too heavy. But she gets an opportunity to make it right. Still hasn't. Throwing to Jamaica though. We're approaching 10 minutes in the game. Jamaica needs only to draw this game to be clear winners of the Caribbean title. A defeat would still make them champions. So it's pretty much done and dusted. Marla Sweatman standing over this. Latest free kick for Jamaica in the middle of the park. Flick on there, Judy Brown trying to free herself. The Cubans won't allow that. Washington cleans up the mess. So all the way back to Toriana Patterson. Novo. Zaylin. Torres coming deep for it. Brown wins a throw for Jamaica. The Jamaican coach, Hugh Menzies, there he is at the foot of your screen, surveying the field. While the Cubans take possession, they look forward. Sandoval, long kick downfield, trying to pick out Ramos Lopez. Good move by Shaw, putting the ball between the legs of the captain of the Cuba team. Brown still managing to keep her footing. Had she fallen over, she would have gotten a free kick, and who knows, it could have been a bit more because she was very close to the penalty area. Good game here developing. Possibly the best start I've seen by any 2 teams in any one game in this tournament so far. Cubans matching the Jamaicans stride for stride. Or it could be the other way around as well. Miss Gonzalez in the number 18 has seen a lot of the football since the start of play. We've got goal kick for Jamaica. Yankee goalkeeper Sidney Schneider. Brown. She was caught late by Zaylin. Referee didn't think it was intentional, so nothing more than a warning. Silva. Patterson. No, Plummer. Washington. Silva advancing further upfield. She'll cut into the middle. Asher. Ball didn't quite get to Asher. But the Cubans are right there. They're battling for every ball. This is Trudy Carter. Good work done there. Very, very good work done by the Cuban number 3, Gainza. Sandoval has 2 goals in the tournament so far. Cubans looking good moving forward, sharing the football. This is Gonzalez. Torres keeps possession via a throw. Zaylin has come forward to effect the throw. The Jamaican captain Plummer battling here with Ramos Lopez. Ramos Lopez falls over, and a free kick won by Cuba. Sandoval has come across to take this one. Lilian Perez Sandoval, as we look at the infringement committed there by the Jamaican captain, Konya Plummer. So Ellis standing over it. Also there is Sandoval. What's the plan? Sandoval. Charged down by Trudy Carter. And the first corner of the game has arrived on 16 minutes. And it's gone to Cuba from the near side. Ellis. Schneider have no work to do on that last bit of Cuban play. Aerial tussle there in the middle of the park. Now Shaw gets the ball and trying to plane Carter. Clearance there by Ramirez. There is Ramirez, and a free kick has resulted for Jamaica. This is how it came by. Sandoval is pushing over Toriana Patterson. Fraser. Decent ball in. Zaylin. Silva waited a bit too long to find Sweatman. Throw has gone to Cuba. Good turn there from Ramirez. Carter. Ramos Lopez playing it off. Here they are in the middle of the park. Here, Miss Rodriguez. Now this is Alvarez. Still Alvarez. Jamaicans have won possession back in the middle of the park. Trudy Carter. Looking for passing options. She picks out Asher, who went for the shot. Ah! Brilliantly done. Jamaica's taken the lead on minute number 18. A shot from the edge of the 18-yard area by the number 7, Shedelu Asher. And it hit the post and went in. And the fans here are in ecstasy. The home team has taken the lead. It was Trudy Carter who waited until assistant came to her, and it came in the form of Asher, who delivered a bomber from the left foot. It went in off the left post and ended in the back of the Cuban net. Jamaica leading by 1-0. In minute number 18. So 1-0 in favor of Jamaica. It's been a tight game up until now. But football is a game of moments, and you've got to make use of your moment. Just now, Jamaica had a moment, and didn't they make use of it? Here they are. Khadija Shaw. Suddenly they're looking for a second. Suddenly they've gotten a second. Khadija Shaw on minute number 20 approaching. Khadija Shaw is now the joint scorer, the joint leading scorer in this championship. A ball played over. She took it slightly on the chest, gave it enough cushion, and then beat the advancing Rodriguez in the Cuban goal. And Jamaica, within the space of 2 minutes, have taken a 2-0 lead. As we take another look at it, Muna Luva was right on her, but the ball was to her right, Luva was to her left. It gave her enough time and space to execute, and she did so brilliantly. So Jamaica, having weathered some early Cuban storm and applying some of their own, they've finally broken free. The shackles are off, and they go again looking for a third. Sweatman. Asher was the target. Carter. That was a shot gone bad. It resembles a pass. It wasn't, though. But the fans inside the National Stadium got a great deal to cheer about. You're looking at the Caribbean champions-elect Jamaica. Looking to make it 4 wins from their 4 games from last week coming into this. Free kick to be taken by Marla Sweatman. She's got loads of green shirts to aim for. Can she find one? Yes, she does. But Shaw's header just flashing past the right upright. 7 goals along with Kayla Taylor. Taylor can do nothing about it now because her tournament is over. As we look at this latest effort from Shaw. So Shaw now has an opportunity to bag at least 1 more. That would close the deal for her. Failing that, she'd be sharing the golden boot with Taylor. Ellis trying to play that one in between the Jamaican defenders to Sandoval. Didn't quite get there. Torres, Sandoval. But Patterson was there on the spot a lot quicker. This is Ramirez. emerging from that little tussle there. Carter. Washington. Shaw. Sandoval and Captain Plummer in a foot race. Sandoval wins. Still Sandoval. Going for a shot herself. Didn't get past Marlo Sweatman. Ramirez. Zalin. And Schneider very comfortable on that occasion. This is Alvarez. Good control. Zalin and Torres getting into each other's way and allow the Jamaican to get forward once more. Shaw's decision making on that occasion wasn't the greatest. On the post-game press conference on Friday night following their emphatic victory over Trinidad and Tobago, one of the things that Coach Hugh Menzies highlighted was the physical fitness of his team, and he gave a great deal of credit to the fitness trainer, and you can see why. Carter. So Cuba, the first team from the Caribbean to play at the World Cup. They were followed by Haiti. Haiti in 1974. Cuba in 1938, I believe, or 1930. But in 1974, it was Haiti. And it took a very long time before another country got there. In fact, it took exactly 24 years when Jamaica went back in 1998. And then it took another 8 years following that for another Caribbean team, Trinidad and Tobago, in 2006 in Germany. And since then, no other Caribbean team has managed to go back to the World Cup. Toriana Patterson. Changing the dimension of attack from left to right. Faisat, ball played in, and Cuban goalkeeper Rodriguez. Silva. Carter was too close to the touchline to be attempting that bit of play. This is the goal. This is the left-footed effort here from Asher, hitting off the post and into the back of the net. Jamaica leading, and this is the second one from Khadija Shaw, her 7th of the campaign, that tournament equaling 7th. And no wonder she's smiling. Dominic Fraser operating on the right wing, right fullback. Captain Plummer. This is Sandoval. There's a goalkeeper trying to get back into her cage. And Plummer streams forward. She's such a massive presence, this Plummer. Not many go up against her and win. This is Torres, skillful little Cuban player who is easily their best player. She's battling Asher in the middle of the park for possession. So 7 against 8. Carter normally operates on the right, but she switches angles from time to time. And Alvarez came up against Shaw, did well. Good run here by Brown. Thought she was going to lob the goalkeeper. Maybe should have gone for the lob. Carter. Shaw. Carter. Asher, the goal scorer. One of the goal scorers. She thought about a shot there. Here's the other goal scorer who always wanted to shoot. Coming into the game, knowing that they had already qualified for the Concacaf Gold Cup, would have settled the nerves of the Cubans. The Jamaicans qualified from Friday, so that was yesterday's news. The Cubans got theirs today, and they got it thanks to Trinidad and Tobago's impressive 3-0 win over Bermuda. It's a sweatman in the middle of the park. Asher leaves it to Washington, who brings Dominique Faiza into the action. And then she in turn plays in Judy Brown, who's kicked by Alvarez. Free kick, or is it a corner? It's a free kick. Brown is very, very swift. Very tricky as well. She hails from the parish of St. Anne here in Jamaica. A lot is expected of her. Alvarez had no chance, and in the end had no choice. Here's Asher on top of the 18-yard area. Also on top of the 18-yard area, just on the edge of the D, Carter. So those are two outlets that Silva could consider. Maybe she can't now because they've been closed down by Cuban defenders. So she probably can swing this in. Gets a return pass. Now she can go for the shot. Blocked by the Cuban goalkeeper. It's a corner. The yellow card to Silva. Didn't play the whistle. Was that what the referee saying? Yes. He took the free kick before hearing the whistle. The referees normally say, don't kick until I blow the whistle. And based on the action of the referee, the demonstration, she was saying to her, you went ahead with that kick despite me telling you to play the whistle. So Silva clearly will have a change of tactic in terms of her choice with his free kick. She'll go direct on goal, and what a shot! My goodness, that was just a stunner from the little Jamaican number 2, Lauren Silva, with a belter. Jamaica leads by 3-0 on minute 32. That was just sumptuous. What a goal! What a goal! Lauren Silva is happy. Never mind that yellow card just seconds before. Maybe they say sometimes you see bad things, good come out of them. That is why she had to go for it. She couldn't replicate the play that she did the first time. She said, you know what, let's go for it. And she went for it. And to a brilliant goal. She salutes the crowd here at the stadium. Jamaica now out of sight. First goal of the tournament, and no one deserves it more. Lauren Silva has worked her socks off in all these games for Jamaica, And tonight she has come up with a magical bit of play. A free kick that beat the Cuban goalkeeper. And Jamaica leading by 3-0. This looks very dangerous. In fact, it is very dangerous that the Jamaicans are all over Cuba tonight, because the referee has pointed to the penalty spot and Jamaica will have an opportunity to increase their lead to 4-0. This was a stonewall penalty. Absolutely no problems at all. She didn't have to think about it, the referee. And Jody Brown says, give it to me. I made it. I want to finish it. She has taken a few steps backward. Her orange and blue football boots glistening under a number of bulbs in these 4 towers inside the National Stadium. She steps up, she kicks, and guess what? Jamaica leading by 4-0. Minute number 34, they are flying. The Cuban team is being ripped to threads inside the stadium. And the champions-elect of Caribbean women's football are flying high. They've touched the heights tonight. Brown, with the confidence of a professional, a veteran, her second goal of the campaign. And you can now hear the shouts and the celebrations going on down in St. Anne, where she's from. The Cubans are taking a caning. They don't know what has hit them. Mind you, they've been there with the Jamaicans in the early stages, but something has gone awfully wrong, and it could get worse, because Shaw hits the post. It's all happening here inside the stadium, and it's all happening for the Jamaicans. That could easily have been 5-0. Would you believe it? Extraordinary. Here they come again. Yeah, they are humans. Torres, who is normally a bright spark for Cuba, is lost in this game. The Jamaicans are threatening to run riot here tonight. Shaw tees it up for Brown. Brown gets away. A chance for Brown to make it. And at the final, just at the last moment, their money would have been on her putting that away. This could easily have been 6-0. Alvarez. And suddenly, Cuban players who have distinguished themselves during the week-long tournament are suddenly looking ordinary on a night when the Jamaicans have decided to fly out of the green and gold blocks like a bullet. This game could very well be over. The Cubans have been hit hard 3 times in just minutes. This is Torres. Loads of quality in this player. Easily would have made an all-star team from this tournament. No question about it. Silva motors forward. No one runs as much in this tournament than or like Silva. Here's Asher. She started it all. Will she go for a shot? She has the space. No. She brings Carter in. Carter now needs to deliver a good cross. Asher playing it across, and a header by Khadija Shaw. She's now the leading goal scorer in the tournament. Her 8th goal of the championship. The Golden Boot will stay here in Jamaica. because the Jamaican girls, they're up by 5 goals to nil. The 5th goal coming on minute number 38. This could get rather embarrassing for Cuba. Shaw reacted quickest in the area. Double for her tonight. 8 overall. She's the leading scorer in the championship. Free kick won by Cuba. Finally, something has gone their way. The Jamaicans have taken everything away from them. They must be shell-shocked. Silva running back to her position. She was the one who really got the crowd going, having received that yellow card. She reacted in the best way possible with a peach of a free kick, and suddenly it has set off some crazy moments inside the stadium for the Jamaican team. Here they come again. This number 10 Julie Brown has made such a difference to the pace of the Jamaican movement. Pfizer, Plummer, Sweatman. Silver's calling for it over on the left, and she gets it. Did she? No. She was the target, though. This is a refreshing performance from Jamaica. Even the 9-0 slamming of the Antigua and Barbuda team didn't have this much quality, and we've only played 40 minutes in this game already. Still a great long way to go. Silva. Patterson. They broke up in the middle there by Ramirez. Does Cuba have it in them to penetrate this Jamaican defense? You would not be asking that question of had you seen or if you saw the first 20 or so minutes. And this is the kind of difference that Jody Brown has made. She's made a world of difference. She's why the team is looking so different. And another attempt on goal there from Shaw, just going over the bar. She's on a hat trick. 10 goals so far in the tournament. This is her latest effort. And you don't do that if you're not a striker who is high on confidence. She is, definitely. Sweatman. So the Jamaicans just taking the game down to walking pace. Ramirez. Sandoval. No, Sandoval has had a good tournament. She's normally very protective of the football, and her decision making have been by and large good. All that has changed tonight simply because of the kind of pressure, constant pressure that Jamaicans have put the Cubans under. They're unable to breathe, really. Now they're trying to put one or two passes together. This is Zaylene. Still Zaylene. She's given up a free kick. Jamaicans are just too quick for the Cubans. Their movement on and off the ball has confused the Cubans. Brown sets it up for Asher. Asher releases quickly to Dominique Fraser. Some good work there from Perez. So Cuba, they just need to get back into the dressing room to have a chat about it. It's a lot more difficult for them to take because of how the game played out in the first 20 minutes. You just never see this. You didn't see this coming. And I'm sure the Cubans didn't either. Jamaica just exploded over a 15-minute blitz and blitzed the Cubans. Carter getting goal side of Zaynane. And a yellow card will be flashed to Zaynane. Free kick to Jamaica. The crowd is asking Silva to do from this side that what she did from the other side moments ago. And that is to kick the ball powerfully into the back of the net. But when you have Khadija Shaw standing over a free kick like this, it's very difficult to take it off her. Silva is also in the vicinity as well. So it could still be Silva, but my money is on Shaw going to the far corner. Or maybe she could bring it back, swing it over the end of the wall, nearer to the goal, and bring it back maybe. The idea was good. The execution wasn't. Though they are not in your vision at the moment, a number of Cubans are warming up, and the coach is planning to react to this little storm that blew over Cuba minutes ago. It has left damage. Sweatman. We're on 45 minutes. The half has flown by very, very quickly. The referee has not even added a second. The Jamaicans, as per usual, running to their dressing room. Silva always does this. She's one fit bunny. But the Jamaicans have their own bunny on the field, Khadija Shaw. And she's scored twice so far tonight to move into the leadership for the goal scoring boot. So at the end of the first half, the champions-elect of Caribbean women's football, Jamaica, they walk off very, very proudly. And we're going to be looking back at some of the highlights of that 45 minutes. That, in fact, the entire 45 minutes could in itself be a highlights package, but we're going to pick out the big moments in it, and there were 5 of them. So there it is. This is Judy Brown from the early piece for Jamaica. Here she's again charging down the left flank. She's been doing this all night, and perilously close. And this is the opening goal. This is Carter teeing it up for Asho. Collects one time, then let fly. A brilliant left footer which came off the left upright and into the back of the net. Jamaica leading by 1-0. This is Khadija Shaw to equal the goal scoring table here, and calmly done. 7 for her this time. And look at this free kick. A header by Shaw, just flashing wide. And she was giving them the warning signs. Alvarez coming across to deny Shaw on that occasion. This is Dominic Fraser. Brown charged down, kicked over, and Silva got a yellow card just moments before she did this. Wonderful. Let me teach you how to rope. Rope. That's the name of the song playing in the background, and the Jamaicans are dancing. And then Brown herself was kicked over in the 18-yard area, picked herself up, brushed herself off, and put it in the back of the net for a 4th goal for Jamaica. And a 5th was still beckoning. Here is Khadija Shaw hitting the post. But she wasn't finished. Ball given away to Asher. And look at this header. Expertly done. We've seen that before in this tournament from the same player. That's goal number 8 for her in this championship. And Shaw threatened again to make it 9 for herself. And those are some of the big moments on a night that Jamaica has really and totally put themselves in a position to be crowned Caribbean champions, which they will at the end of this game. But we still have 45 minutes to go. We're going to rejoin you in, 15 minutes time for half number 2. Welcome back to the National Stadium here in Jamaica. The teams have made substitutions. Cuba has brought on Mangana Perez, and off comes Zaylene. And for Jamaica, it's Marla Sweatman who's off, and on goes number 15, Jadine Matthews. So both sets of coaches making one substitution each. And we resume with Jamaica leading this contest by 5 goals to 0. Asher profiting from unfortunate fall there by Torres. Cuba tries to move forward, and Silver has gone across to shadow that one over, and was successful in so doing. So Mangana Perez, the substitute for Cuba, and for Jamaica, it's Matthews on. Cubans getting away in the area, and that looks like Sandoval. Yes, it is Sandoval. Getting the attention of the Jamaican goalkeeper, Sidney Schneider. Shaw. Asher. Now Washington. Carter is brought into the play. Good move here by Asher. Skipping past 2 Cuban players, ran into a third. Silva, confronted by Mangana Perez. Successful in getting possession for her country. They stream forward with Sandoval. Good move by Sandoval. Cuba looking very sprightly and very alive in this, the start of the second half. Long searching ball, looking there for Khadija Shaw. This is Gaiza losing possession. Shaw looking for her 9th goal of the campaign. Still Shaw, a dangerous person for Jamaica. Here's Asher, who opened the scoring, looking to do so again. And Brown, her follow-up. Miscued and over the bar. Here's Captain Mina Luvo trying to urge her players on. We need a bit of inspiration from somewhere. Brown is down injured, but the play continues. Not seriously injured. Hence her teammates still playing around with the football. Captain Plummer has it. Brown is back on her feet. And in fact, running into position. Asher. So this is an opportunity that Jamaica got moments ago. Here's a follow-up from Brown. Here's Plummer. Goalkeeper Rodriguez hands a long one downfield. Washington working in tandem with Brown, who is surrounded by 4 Cuban players. Now impossible to get away there, not with the size. But you know what? She's won. Well, it's the Cubans who have won the free kick. Call was against Brown. This is Silva. Shaw. Kicked over, almost in front of the referee. It's a free kick to Jamaica. This was how it came about. Shaw. Ghana Perez was the offender. So the crowd has gone quiet here at the stadium. Stark contrast to what we saw in the latter stages of the first half when the Jamaicans were on the go. Carter. Ball taken away by Sandoval. And Carter pulls onto the short of Sandoval, resulting in a free kick to Cuba. Alvarez with the free kick. Captain Mina Lovo. Going across to confront her was Asha. Forced her into an early release. And now the dangerous Torres has it. Here's Torres again on the ball for Cuba. Washington. This is Dominic Faiza. Substitute Jadine Matthews, the number 15. Long flowing bronze colored hair. Mayer is forced back into her own defensive area, and the Cubans will have to start it all over again. Very, very quiet period of football we're experiencing at the moment. Menza Perez, a second half substitute. Sandoval has skill, protects the ball very well. Brilliant little player. She's just not really showing it off tonight. She's kicked over, free kick to Cuba. And if Cuba is gonna, by some miracle, overhaul or even come close to this 5-goal margin that Jamaica has, then Sandoval has got to be one of those that they'll be looking to. She's blessed with loads of talent. Free kick to Cuba, so they're inching closer, and the first yellow card of the night has gone to Dominique Faisa from Jamaica. Testing her innocence. So the Jamaicans are ranging the wall. Matthews has come right across to join the wall. Referee Venegas has marked the spot which the Jamaicans can't venture above. Ellis with the free kick, she'll go direct. Wall does its job. Sandoval's follow-up shot. Only managed to reach Shaw. He's working in tandem with Brown. Menegas Perez. Sandoval. Would be up for consideration to be on the team of the tournament as well. You'd think by now I'd run out of space, right? The number of players I've called who could make the All-11. But yes, there have been some really eye-catching players in this tournament. Alvarez is one of them too, you know. It's left full back here for Cuba. Jamaican team well drilled by Hugh Menzies. There he is. His Jamaican colors and shorts. Torres, good player, very good player. To another good, very good player, Sandoval. Lopez falling over in the area, unable to get the pass off. So Cuba having a lot of possession on this particular bit of play, this passage of play. Crowd getting involved once again. The Jamaicans have a throw over on the far side. This is what they've gotten excited about. Patterson just turning expertly away from Torres. Torres injured in the process. Took a slight knock, Torres. And the doctor, Osvaldo Gonzalez, is the man who is there trying to get Torres well and ready back for action. Unable to put any pressure on that left leg, which is at the center of her unease. A bit more pressure has been applied to it, so it does seem as if she should be back. There's one player Cuba can ill afford to be without. Such a star for them. He's got about 2 or 3 goals in the tournament, well off the 8 that Khadija Shaw has, or even the 7 that Kayla Taylor has. This is Matthews, the substitute. Throw into Jamaica. Carter's forward trek was checked by Alvarez. Asher. Now Silva. Jamaica just waiting to be crowned the Caribbean champions. All the work was done in the first half. All 5 goals came in the first half, and they came in quick succession as well. Matthews. Passes have gone astray since coming onto the field, Matthews. Good move. Brilliant bit of play here. But Sidney Schneider, a chance for Cuba. Schneider unable to gather cleanly. And Ramos Lopez was right there on spot. But Gainza was a player who made it. Schneider and Gainza battling there. In the end, the referee flew in the favor of the Jamaican goalkeeper. We're on the hour mark. Earlier today, Trinidad and Tobago were 3-0 winners over Bermuda. Clinical, efficient performance from the Trinis. Carter. Remarkably, Jamaica has only conceded 1 goal the entire tournament. They scored quite a bit. 9 in the opening game. 4 in the second one, that's 13. 4 against Trinidad and Tobago, 17. And 5 tonight, 22. And they've only conceded 1. Healthy goal average of 21. Not that they need the goal average now anyway. Ellis, your captain, Mina Luvo. Brown, Asher sets Washington on her way. Shaw is brought into the equation. That ball is intended for Trudy Carter. Clearly misjudging the pace of the ball. She left it for Gainza, for Pfizer to run onto. In the end, it was just the ball had too many legs. And it ran away from them, both. Sandoval. This is Asher. Now Plummer. Minutes ticking away for Cuba. Throw to Jamaica. This is Pfizer to our captain. So the Cubans, their only defeat so far came against Trinidad and Tobago in the tournament opener. That was 9 days ago. Jamaican number 10 has been kicked over here by Menga Perez. So Mengana Perez, second yellow card of the night, has been shown to her. Yes, she left one in there on Brown. So free kick from the far side. Fisher to do the honors. Still not ready. Fisher. Sizzled in the area. The goalkeeper failing to gather. Zip across the area. And goalkeeper Rodriguez not holding on the first time. So a substitution to be made by Jamaica. Trudy Carter making her way off the park. And to be replaced here by the lady who scored in the opening game, Ashley Shim. So Carter's tournament is done. She's got 1 goal in the tournament. Could have and should have gotten more. The quality that she's displayed deserves a bit more than the returns that she's now displaying. Plummer. Shaw. Wonderful ball. Shaw looking for passing options, or is she? Yes, now she'll try to spray it over. A chance! How did Brown miss that one? Goodness only knows. That was a sure goal. Well, I guess it wasn't, because she missed. So as impressive as this 5-0 margin looks, there have been opportunities for Jamaica to make it look a lot more. This is one such. All she had to do was to blow on that ball and it would have landed in the back of the net. So easy it was. It was far easier to miss. Good turn there by Silva. Brown was gone cold since the start of the second half. She was a difference maker in the first half for Jamaica with her tireless running and tricky plays down the flanks. Matthews. Toriana Patterson has played a very good game. She started 1 game in this tournament before this one and distinguished herself in that game, and she's doing so again tonight. Sandoval has had a really quiet night. There have been moments in the game that she showed flashes of the brilliance that we know she can display. Ashley Shim. Pfizer is falling for Shaw. Still Plummer. Captain Plummer, what a wonderful run. Can she end it brilliantly? It probably will still. Yes, it has. It has. But it's not from the captain, but she wouldn't mind either because it was an absolutely wonderful run from Konya Plummer, the captain, and Asher, who got the opening goal for Jamaica. He's on target again. 2 for her on the night. There's also 2 for Khadija Shaw. Jamaica leading by 6 goals to 0. Look at this run from Captain Plummer. She skipped past 2, 3, make it 4, reminiscent of Diego Maradona 86. Only that she didn't finish off herself. But what does it matter? It's 6-0 to Jamaica. That matters. That goal came on minute 71. So Cuba making a substitution. They've brought on the outstanding midfielder, Laura Marquez, and she's coming for Yeremis Ramirez. So I tell you, Laura makes a very, very, very big difference in the middle of the park for Cuba. And I can't help but to think that she's suffering from some injury, why she's not started, because she's been marvelous when she plays in the middle of the park for Cuba. As you'll get a chance to see, I'm sure, before the end of tonight. Here's Plummer. She made that 6th goal all by herself with a tantalizing run. She skipped past 4 players. Teeth up for Asher. Here's Brown. She's come alive again. Surely Cuba can't stand another concession. Shim. Pfizer. Captain Plummer. It was 5-0 at halftime, 6-0 after 73 minutes. Here's the substitute. One more. Jamaica will be making another substitution as we look at this outstanding run from Captain Plummer. And teeing it up nicely for Asher. Well, she got a bit of assistance there from Perez. But Khadija Shaw, she's already the leading goal scorer in the tournament, and she's going to be coming on as we look at this Jamaican 6 goals scored by Asher, who has already gotten 1. So Shaw has been taken off. She's not happy, but she's already secured the golden boot. And Ken Dennis is on in her place with 17 minutes to go. Brown. This is Dennis. Shim. It's Shim. She's left Menenga for dead. Still Shim. She'll get a corner if she leaves it. That's exactly what she's done. So a free kick from a corner from the near side. And Silver has come across to take it. Another opportunity there. Brown really made her way into the national senior team very, very quickly. She's only 16 years old. Absolutely wonderful future ahead of her. She can play in the different age group categories for Jamaica. All of them except for under 13. Slick move there. Ellis. Good shot by Ellis. The best effort on goal from Cuba since the start of the game. Look at it. Nice right-footed effort. Sailed through the air, and the goalkeeper Schneider was equal to the task. Short corner, taken quickly. This looks like a candidate for a yellow card. And Ghana Perez came on in the second half. Brown has taken a lot of knocks tonight, and she will attract these kind of tackles because she's such a skillful and fast-moving player. Free kick to Jamaica. So 2 Cuban players cautioned so far, well, 3 of them so far. So Cuban throw just below our commentary point inside the National Stadium here in Kingston. If you're joining us for the first time, you've joined us in time for the final 13 or 14 minutes of this, the final game in the 5-team tournament. Jamaica will be crowned champions, and Trinidad and Tobago, along with Cuba, will accompany them to the Concacaf World Cup final round qualifiers in the USA in October, where 3 will go along to represent the Concacaf region, with a possibility of a 4th in a playoff against, my memory serves me correctly, Argentina. Laura. Alvarez. Shim trying to break up that give and go. Effort there from Ramos Lopez. A weak grounder. Pay money to see skillful players in action. And they demand nothing less. Shim. Captain Plummer says, let me tidy up that for you. Sandoval takes the ball out of the crowded area, looking for Ellis, who has the best effort so far for Cuba on goal. This is Brown, trying to use her pace and their speed to good effect. Kicked over again. Well, referee says no. Easy take here for Sydney Schneider. So we're about to enter the final 10 minutes of this game. The final 10 minutes of the championship. Silver flicking the ball over the head of Torres. That bound to bring the cheers from the crowd. Good turn from Brown. Jamaica has been irresistible all tournament long. Shim still with the ball. Now she's comfortable to get the cross in. Brown will pick it up. Asher. Jamaica just playing the ball nicely around. Look at that. Brilliantly done. Chance off the left up right has prevented Jamaica yet again from increasing their lead. Good, nice, intricate passing by the Jamaicans, opening up those little pockets. And eventually, Shim just hitting the outer part of the left up right. This is Toriana Patterson. Goalkeeper Schneider had one or two close looks at the Cuban forward players. The best of the lot. Effort from Ellis. That aside, nothing really to alarm her. Washington forced to stretch a bit more for that one. Pfizer falling over. But the referee says it's a Cuban throw, and Sandoval will do the honors. Patterson. Dennis. Shim going down the right channel. She has Brown amongst others in the area. So a performance tonight from the Jamaicans. Most of the work coming in a 20-minute passage in the first half between minutes number 19 and 39. The Jamaicans totally turned up the heat on the Cubans, and they were powerless to respond. And in that passage of play, the Jamaicans just simply blew past the Cubans. And they've added a second, they've added another in the second half to make the score look a bit more impressive and more befitting of the kind of performance that they've put together tonight. But we keep saying the real test will come next month in the USA. Does that prevent us from waxing lyrical about the performances that they've put together over the week? No. They've been better than the rest. Now the score lines tell their own story. Dominic Pfizer. So all three, Cuba, Trinidad, and Tobago, and Jamaica, have moved a giant step closer towards the World Cup. Just that the next step is going to be so much more challenging. We've got just about 5 minutes or so to go in this game. Sandoval holding on to the shorts of Asher, almost in front of referee Venegas. Here, pull the Jamaican midfielder down. Faiza, too far ahead for Dennis. Good work here by Matthews. So playing out the remaining 4 or so minutes in this contest, in which Jamaica long ago wrapped up. Alvarez just laboring. Can't wait until the final whistle. This is Mora. Had 2 brilliant games for Cuba and then was not seen until tonight. Captain Mina Novo had an okay tournament. Her frailties showed up on 1 or 2 occasions on different nights. No such thing for this little star. Brown, the goalkeeper, advances. She's pushed over in the area, and a corner is all she'll get from it. Waited a bit too long, I think. She had Dennis right there. She could use that option. Or maybe she could have gone for it herself. She had the space. Really should have gone for it. So Lauren Silva, as ever, has gone down to take this corner for Jamaica. Short. Dominic Faiza. Ken Dennis. Less than 2 minutes to go. Faiza. Goalkeeper will have this one. 3 on rushing Jamaican players, looking to profit from that. This is Dennis. Still Dennis. Asher. Overhit for Shim. She'll keep possession of the football. And she wins another spot kick for Jamaica. So we're in the final minute of this game. The referee did not add even a second at the end of the first half. Goalkeeper pulled away from her area. Not bad. So on the last 2 set plays, goalkeeper Rodriguez, it's not done badly. And we're told that we'll have some added minutes at the end of this second half. The long-range effort had to hurry back. Goalkeeper Rodriguez will have 3 minutes of added time, and she was forced to retreat. That was heading into the back of her net. Have a look at it again. Dennis let fly, and that was an equally good save there from Rodriguez in the Cuban goal. Let's see what this Jamaican corner will be like. The latest in a number of corners to the Jamaicans. And again, the goalkeeper has really been consistent for the last 3 corners that the Jamaicans have taken. Good move again by Plummer. So long legs and non-stop running. Someone once said Plummer operates like she has an engine in her chest. Cuba making one last-ditch effort to try to restore some pride or force the score into looking a bit more respectable than it currently does. So the final seconds of this championship are being played out with Jamaica to be crowned champions of the Caribbean ahead of Trinidad and Tobago. Sweet revenge for the Jamaicans because Trinidad and Tobago beat Jamaica, I think it was 2014, in the Caribbean Championship final. And the Jamaicans now having an opportunity to be Caribbean champions. But what's important is that 48 hours ago, they punched their ticket to the final round playoff of the Concacaf World Cup qualifiers. So the coming together of Ellis from Cuba and Asher from Jamaica. Referee Venegas calling them together. Will we see a shake of the hand? Yes. Lovely. That's what sports does, eh? Brings out the real us. Plummer. Another whistle on the play. So based on our watch, got about full time. This is Torres looking to get, Cuba right on full time. Torres running into the Jamaican 18-yard area. The second goal the Jamaicans have conceded, and Cuba has scored a goal. They'd be happy about that. The game is over. The last kick of the match. And Jamaica has won this game by 6 goals to 1. A well-placed grounder. And the Cubans will be very, very happy that they're at least on the score sheet. So Perez, Torres, and as we look at the teams just greeting each other, saying well done to each other. And Jamaica becoming Caribbean champions with 4 wins from their 4 games, 4 impressive wins from their 4 games. They beat Trinidad and Tobago 4-1. They beat Bermuda 4-0. They beat Antigua and Barbuda 9-0. And tonight, they slammed Cuba by 6 goals to 1. So we'll have a brief presentation in a short time, but we'll also be having a highlights package. This is it. And this, of course, is chance there for Brown in the second half. And now this is Shaw, the leading goal scorer in the tournament with 8. as we look at some of the big moments in the second half. As Patterson turning and twisting. And Schneider giving Ramos Lopez a sniff. The Cuban goalkeeper letting 6 tonight. This is Brown. And a yellow card to Ghana. And this goalkeeper failing to hold on to. Shaw teeing it up for Brown. How did she miss? Only she can explain. The Cubans, despite conceding so many goals, were hell-bent on keeping it down. But look at this bit of run. It has resulted in a goal, but not for the captain who really deserve it. But I'm sure she's happy for Chinelo Hasha to put that one in the back of the net for Jamaica to go up 6-0. And long-range effort there from Ellis brought out the best in Schneider. And Cuba was to get on the score sheet in the end. Here's Laura who came on in the second half. Another yellow card there. This is Giselle Washington trying to open the defense for Shim. In fact, the ball came back off the left upright, on the outside of the left upright. And here's another opportunity being put on a plate for Brown that she didn't accept. And Sandoval had another good night for Cuba. Just didn't get the result she needed. Brown really should have scored this one, but it was taken off her at the last moment. Here's another Jamaican forward movement. The goalkeeper spread herself wide and really had to stretch to keep that one out. And here's Cuba. The last play of the tournament, they hit the target in added time. That pretty much does it. So Jamaica winners by 6-1, champions of the Caribbean, and the qualifiers for the final round Concacaf World Cup qualifiers. So it's really been an outstanding tournament, and the teams who are here are going to be making their way out onto the field for the presentation of awards. The Jamaicans will get the big trophy as champions of the Caribbean. They'll also provide the leading goal scorer in Khadija Shaw, and suppose there are 1 or 2 other sectional prizes up for grabs. So the organizers trying to put things in place for this presentation of awards ceremony. The Trinidad and Tobago players, they're resplendently dressed in their red, white and black outfit. The Jamaicans are there as well. And I would like to imagine that they will be taking most of the awards between the teams. So Trinidad and Tobago on the field, Jamaica on the field. There's also Cuba. And those are the 3 teams who will go on to represent the Caribbean at this Concacaf final round qualifiers. So we're waiting on the presentation to get on the way. Really had a really good tournament, and the Jamaicans, without question, were the best team in the tournament, hands down. We're a little rattled in the early parts of the Trinidad game, but they overcame that obstacle and went on to win impressively. And tonight, Cuba started out as if they were going to be a match for them. That challenge was also repelled as well. So they repealed that challenge and went on to win convincingly yet again. 9 points Trinidad and Tobago ended up with for second, and Cuba on 6 for third. Jamaica maximum points from their 4 games. So brilliantly organized tournament for the most part, ran on time. And we've seen some good football. So the local organizers still putting the pieces together for this presentation ceremony. There are one or two of the Jamaican players using the opportunity to try to stretch. Most of them heading back to their respective destinations tomorrow. So, happy Jamaicans. Look at Sidney Schneider in the blue. All right. So we're waiting on the start of the presentation. So while we do that, let's go for a break and return.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Concacaf dignitaries for tonight's awards ceremony. Michael Ricketts, President of the Jamaica Football Federation. Sonia Benjamin, FIFA and Concacaf Council Member. Janine Wong Lu Singh, CFU Executive Member, and Horace Reed, Concacaf Director of Caribbean Football. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Horace Reed, Concacaf Director of Caribbean Football, will now present tokens of recognition to honor tonight's match officials. They are referee Venegas Montanez, Mexico.
So welcome back. You've joined us in time for the presentation ceremony. And the presentation has been made to the referees. And the referees who are getting special tokens tonight are Lucila Venegas of Mexico, Heidi Nimanchu from Guatemala, from Nicaragua, Ismailin Chavaria Rugama, and the fourth official, Sandra Ortega.
Team in the 2018 Concacaf Caribbean Women's Qualifier, Team Cuba.
And now Cuba. The Cubans will be making their way up for their bronze medals, finishing third with 6 points.
By Mr. Michael Ricketts, President of the Jamaica Football Federation, along with Sonia Benjamin, FIFA and Concacaf Council Member, along with Janine Wong Lu Singh, CFU Executive Member, and Mr. Horace Reed, Concacaf Director of Caribbean Football.
So Horace Reed, Concacaf Director of Caribbean Football, making the presentation to the Cuban team for finishing third in the championship. Young Lu Singh of Concacaf, an executive, is also there, as well as President of the Jamaica Football Federation, Mr. Michael Ricketts. So the Cuban team collecting their bronze medals. Finished with 6 points. Won 2, lost 2. 12 points were up for grabs. This is Ramirez. Ellis in the number 10. Mangana. Sandoval, brilliant player. Torres in the number 8. And the number 17, Lastre at the back of the queue.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, please congratulate the second place team.
So Trinidad and Tobago now will come to collect their silver medals. So there they are. They won today 3-0 over Bermuda. It's their injured captain, Natasha St. Louis. And members of the coaching staff as well. So congratulations to Trinidad and Tobago on their second place in this championship. Francois now getting her medal from Mr. Reed. Agaro. There's Kayla Taylor. The second in the goal scoring chart tonight with 7 goals. So Trinidad can feel proud of their participation. As the outstanding goal scorer on the Trinidad and Tobago team, Kenya Cordner. This is Cato. Forbes, Karen Forbes. And here is Kayla Taylor. There she is, having a special word there with the president of the Jamaica Football Federation.
Of course, ladies and gentlemen, Jamaica top in the group, the maximum 12 points to advance to the Concacaf Women's Championship, again to be staged in the USA. Also advancing, the second place team, Trinidad and Tobago, and Cuba.
So the gold medals now to be handed out to the Jamaican team.
The last week or so, with these women teams, the Concacaf women certainly distinguished themselves. And here we are at the final stage. Where Jamaica,
there they are, the victorious Jamaican team, Caribbean champions for 2018. And they'll go on along with the Cubans and the Trinidad and Tobago team to try and qualify for the World Cup in France next year. And
the official party making the presentation is Michael Griffiths, President of the Jamaica Football Federation, Sonia Bienemi, FIFA and Concacaf Council Member, Janine Wong Lucing, CFU Executive Member, and Horace Reed, Concacaf Director.
So the stadium announcer is announcing the names of the presentation party. And now, as soon as the Trinidad and Tobago team is finished, lined up in front of the presentation table, and they'll ask the Jamaicans to make their way to collect gold medals.
And now, ladies and
now
gentlemen,
the Jamaicans
please welcome the winners of the 2018 Concacaf Caribbean Women's Qualifiers.
getting a round of applause from the crowd here in the National Stadium. They've won the Caribbean football title. 6-1 over Cuba tonight. It's almost like a guard of honor formed here for the Jamaicans. Good show of sportsmanship. So, Kean Dennis at the head of the queue, greeting Horace Reed. Then Miss King Youth. Then Michael Ricketts. Coriana Patterson. Asher. Faison, the number 16. Swaby. Allison. Chang. Chantel Swaby. Marla Sweatman. This is a little 16-year-old from Sitan. Trudy Brown. Shauna Campbell. Alicia Blackwood in the 14th, standing behind her. Didn't get a chance to come onto the field tonight, but she played no small part in it. And the captain Plummer. Goalkeeper Sydney Schneider.
For Team Jamaica.
And her assistant Yasmin Jamieson. Trudy Carter.
Congratulating Trudy Carter.
Giselle Washington.
Let's hear it for all the reggae girls once again, champions, Concacaf 2018.
Matthews. Khadija Shaw. And waiting in line for her hug is Shim. Silver. And the coaching staff now getting their hugs from the president of the JFF, Michael Ricketts. Job well done to the team, all of them. Congratulations to the coaching staff now collecting their medals. Does he have enough? Or will they have to make more and mail them to some of them? Just looking in his hand. Let me see how many more. So I see one more. Somebody will have to wait. Or look for it in the mail. Yes. They're 3 medals short. I tell you what, the head coach is one of those who didn't get his.
Ladies and gentlemen,
so the champions, Jamaica, and they'll be going to the United States along with the 2nd and 3rd place finishers. We've come to the end of the presentation ceremony. We've not seen any official award for the Golden Boot or MVP or Most Disciplined or anything like that. It was just gold, silver, and bronze to the top 3 finishers. There they are. Champions of the Caribbean, the Jamaicans. Well done to Cuba and well done to Trinidad and Tobago. Your tournament
Smooth and so sassy, she shaped like a